5-ton Trane system. Heat pump. It's on a 2-story house, zoned. And according to this guy, he's already been through 2 evaporator coils. Somebody came out and quoted him another $3,500 to put another coil in it. And the unit's 8 years old, and he's already had 2 coils in it. And I'm going to run the serial number on it and find out if it's registered and see who came out here and did that. So he said it's completely flat. And here we are with this crap here, whatever it is that somebody's wrapped around the unit. I can't remember what that mess is. It comes down from somewhere. Of course, he's never had it cleaned, best I can see. I don't have any nitrogen with me if it's flat, so we'll find out. I'll have to pump some gas into it and see if I can pick something up with the leak detector. But hook up this. And yeah, she's bone dry. Not a lick of refrigerant in it. 000 PSI. Pretty shitty place to be when it's 90 degrees outside. So let me run the serial number real quick through the Trane app and check the warranty on the outdoor unit, and then I have to do it separately inside. Let's see. Trane. If you got access to Comfort Site, then you can get the Trane 360 app, and then you can come out and check that stuff. Let's see.
It's actually not too bad up there.
That's fine.
If you need water, man, let me know. I got cold water.
No, I appreciate it. I might take you up on that. I got a cooler. I
it's hot
just
out
filled
here,
my cooler full of ice and Gatorade and water earlier. So, alrighty, let me do this. Equipment, parts information, look up warranty. So we are at 15255. 15255.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time the same part went out.
Henry 8 Frank.
I'm a little aggravated with it.
I can imagine. Henry 8 Frank. 2 Frank. 2 Frank. And let's see. Comes back to a 4TWR 4060. And start date on this warranty was 2015, which is, I'm guessing, when it was installed, when the house was built. And that's the warranty that the manufacturer is going to go back to. They did not register this system, so the warranty expired on it in 2020. So if you put one of those coils in before 2020, the part itself should have been under warranty at least.
Yeah.
Whether you paid full price for it then or not, I don't know. But she's completely empty.
Yeah, there ain't nothing in there. We have not run it at all. I mean, I was out of town. I had the other company come out and give me a second opinion, because I think the guy that reinstalled it last time, I believe he put too much. He built too much pressure up in the system. I don't know. That's what I'm guessing. I mean, it would
have to be a lot, but I mean, there's pressure switches in the unit. If you overcharge it, it's gonna go out on a pressure switch and shut it off.
I didn't know if that was the case or not.
Nah, not typically. But there's no pressure in it, so doing a leak search on this thing is going to be a little difficult without putting anything in it. But let me get a thing of refrigerant, and I'm going to put some vapor in it.
Okay.
Try to build up some pressures and see if I can go through it with my leak detector and see what we can find.
All right.
find in here. Screw heads are rusty, so I can see that there's been some kind of a drain problem before.
Yeah, I got that fixed. Definitely got it.
Yeah, I hate to know that it's been sitting empty like that for so long. Like I said, once this thing's sat that long at the atmosphere outside with no refrigerant in it, you've had all that moisture in this thing for 6-7 months. There's no guarantee on anything coming back on and working properly. I think I can hear it.
Can you hear it?
I can feel it right there. Yeah.
Human error or manufacturer?
It's in the coil.
So it'd be manufactured.
Yeah. Look at this door. Out of the way.
Well,
And it's an aluminum coil in it.
Since it was their error, shouldn't they replace it?
It's not their error, it's the manufacturing. I mean, not saying manufacturing did, I'm just saying it's in the coil. It's not anything that somebody did physically here.
No, I mean the manufacturer's error.
No, there you go. This thing wasn't registered, so
yeah.
Once you're outside of that warranty, typically once you're outside about the first couple of years, they ain't gonna bother with you too much. They'll give you the part if it's under warranty, but that's it. And it's, you hear it? You hear that hissing?
Yep. I can tell where it's leaking. Look at the rust.
It's in these U-bends. No, it's not that.
No?
That's just from the metal plates they put on there and the screws.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody's using these aluminum coils now, so they don't hold up as long as the copper ones did. So there you go. It's leaking in these U-bends over here. I think we're picking up another one back here too. Yep.
In 6 places.
So yeah. Well, I hate he spent all that time up here trying to locate 6 leaks. It only takes one that the coil needs to be.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and as bad as the fact that I can hear that, even hear it, and all I have is about 100 psi of refrigerant in it.
Right.
That's a big hole. That one down there's probably a nice size hole.
I got everybody blowing my phone up today.
And this thing's been sitting empty for 6-7 months. It's had moisture in it, air in it, moisture in it, and putting the coil in it, it's gonna be a coin toss. And like I said, we go through all that, and then we turn it on, and the compressor's locked up in it, or reversing valve is seized up because it's been sitting out there with moisture in the lines. I mean, it may come on and run, but I can't promise you how long.
All right.
And that compressor goes out, you're going to be looking at the same expense roughly to put the compressor in it that you're going to spend to put this coil in it. And the best option would be to go ahead and get an estimate to replace the system and see where that falls. And like I said, we can do financing on that.
So you take all that out?
The whole thing comes out.
Everything?
Yeah, this whole box goes. There's nothing staying in here. New outdoor unit, new air handler, possibly the plenums as well, because they're going to have to fit to it.
That would fit through the attic door, you think?
They're going to have to. Oh, they'll get it out. They'll get the thing apart. Don't worry about that. They do it for a living. They'll get it out of here. And that's a larger one than they usually sometimes have to deal with.
Really?
Sometimes
I'm worried about this
Sometimes
wire.
they'll take it apart and collapse it down. But anyway.
I'm worried about this wire is what I'm worried about.
Well, they ain't worried about that. They'll take care of that. Yeah. But, plenums, air handler, outdoor unit.
Gotcha.
And you got a new system. It's going to have a 10-year warranty on it. 2 years, parts and labor. And the rest of it is parts.
So well, you're
more reliable on it.
So I take it your company will run the financing?
Yeah, no interest. Depends on what model you get. We can do.
Yeah, my credit
3 to 4 to 3 to 5 years, no interest on it.
My credit's so right now.
So.
They
might figure something out. Well, I mean, they can figure something out. You have to get them out here and talk to you. I'll set that appointment, but yeah. I mean, if you want to fix it, I'm just letting you know ahead of time.
Well, let's try to.
If you end up with a coil put in it and then the compressor fails in 6 months, you're going to be right back where you.
So they'd still keep the coil, right?
Huh?
They would still keep the coil I bought and just put that in it, or that whole thing get replaced? No,
the whole thing still gets replaced. You're gonna have a coil that you can't use because you got a compressor that doesn't work, basically. Right. If that happens, and it may come, we may put the thing in and it may come on and run just fine. I just have to let you know. Right. This thing's sitting like this long is not.
Have you ever seen one like that?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, and I've seen it where we were back a month later, and it didn't. So it's a chance you take, and that's why I'm letting you know ahead of time.
Nah, I appreciate it.
We can't. We're not. You'd still have to pay us for the work.
Right.
So my recommendation
get a new unit.
Would be get it out of here, get something reliable, something that's going to be covered. It's going to have a warranty on it.
Right about, is that 12 grand with labor?
That's everything. That's all the equipment, materials, time, permits, plenums, everything.
Yeah, talk to my wife. See if we can get I'll talk to my wife a little bit.
I mean, I hate they didn't register it when they installed it. That's kind of what's got you
screwed.
Kind of screwed, but it still doesn't change the fact that it's been sitting here all this time with nothing in it, and there's just no guarantee on whether that compressor and reversing valve will work when we turn it back on after 7 months of being empty out there, or if it'll last 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years.
So I take it there's a different cooling condenser for every unit, or is they're all the same?
Well, I mean, it depends on what question you're asking.
Well, you know,
I mean, they're different sizes, they're different styles. Air conditioners, heat pumps. So you have a heat pump, you don't have a straight air conditioner. You have straight AC, you'd have a gas furnace or an electric furnace. Then you got different tonnages based on the size of the house, square footage, what you're trying to do. Because
I don't want to go waste 3-4 grand on a cooling coil and then have to come up with another 12 if it don't work.
That's what I'm saying. You'd be right back in that boat, or you'd, or you'd spend another 3 or so to put a compressor in it. If the compressor doesn't come on, we still don't have a way to know if the reversing valve is going to be a problem. So it's just, if it's just been a couple of weeks, I say, yeah, we'll give it a shot. But if this thing's been sitting empty for 6 months, all that air and that humidity's been sitting in this system for all that time, it's sitting in atmosphere. There's just no guarantee what you're going to get out of that coil replacement, whether you get 2 weeks of cooling or none at all if it doesn't even start.
Gotcha. So I take it again, the whole metal box comes out.
These 2 plenums where the ducts tie in, those get replaced because the new air handler is going to be different dimensions. So we're going to be a return plenum, supply plenum. Ducts get removed, connected back into the new plenums, and then the new outdoor unit, the pad under it, gets replaced.
If you notice, we had the
drain line will get kind of flushed and
cleaned. We had the switches replaced up there on the left one.
Well, your zoning stuff, if you had those old metal box zone dampers, they were known for when they got a little old to start sticking. So, and that was another thing when they built this house. They should have put 2 systems on it, one downstairs, one upstairs.
So what do you recommend?
Well, I mean,
can we have that done?
Not at this point.
No.
Not without spending a lot more money, because we got to run another line set, and they really don't have any space up here in this attic. If they'd have set it up right, to put a second.
Yeah, I kind of thought system. It was kind of a cheesy deal they did.
Yeah, that's what these builders do around here. They'll, instead of putting a second system on it, they'll put one big one on it, zone it, and then zoning is okay, but it's not healthy for the long term of a system anyway.
Alright.
But
now I take it would probably be another Trane unit.
That's what we install, yeah, we're a Trane dealer.
Alright. Good, I got the right folks.
So
they got different models or just one particular model?
whatever SEER rating you want. Whether you want a single stage, you want a 2-stage, you want a variable speed system, you want to. Now we don't install these metal cabinet air handlers unless somebody's on like a really low budget, because this is about the cheapest end of a Trane air handler. We typically we're going to use the TAMs, which are better for moisture because they're insulated cabinet. It's a metal framed cabinet with interior insulation. Plus they don't sweat. Things like that. They're a lot quieter.
This one sweats. I've been up here.
Yeah, so those you wouldn't have that problem.
When we had that drain problem, I had to keep coming up here and checking the pan, but the unit turns off anyway.
And zoning would be better with a TAM air handler that's going to have the plastic shell on it in the interior, because when you're running zoning, you're going to have condensating on some of these things, because you're running when you got one zone call and you got bypass air, you're dumping cold air, and it's going to sweat. Mainly because of the zoning more than anything else, but it's just the nature of what they did when they built the house. Instead of putting a separate system for each floor, they put one big one and zoned it, and once you got it, you've got it pretty much. So you just have to manage it the best you can.
So I take it there's no way to turn the unit on putting that vapor in to see if the compressor will turn on?
I mean, I can go out there and punch the contactor in.
Gotcha.
And see if it comes on, but I mean that's not going to lean me to giving you any kind of a guarantee that it's going to work very long.
I got you. So I'm not going to talk to my wife about that.
So as you can see, he's a bit of a helicopter. I'm going to bump this contactor real quick. Still not going to guarantee him anything. See if this compressor will come on. It did come on. The reversing valve did switch, and I'll let him know that. Still recommend he get an estimate to replace the system, because this thing's been sitting out here at atmosphere for 7 months, and I'm not going to guarantee him in any way whatsoever how long that compressor is going to run or how long that reversing valve is going to work, sitting out here subject to this humidity and this moisture all this time. So definitely something he should have took care of 7 months ago when the first company found it, not let it sit here like this. So, but it's a risk they take, gentlemen. So we're going to get him an estimate to replace that coil. There definitely will be a disclaimer on how long this outdoor unit's going to run, and then we'll get an estimate to replace the system. We can get him financed on that and let him decide what's best for him. Hope you guys had a good holiday, and like, subscribe, super thanks. We've got super thanks now. Don't be afraid to give me a super thanks. Anywhere between $2 and $50, I think, is the range, but something that's out there. Thanks for watching, guys.